Hi everybody, I am Sumanth Kamath, first year BAMS, SDM College of Ayurveda and Hospital, Hassan. Today, let us deal with the topics that is cell adaptation, cell degradation, cell aging under the guidance of Vaidya Nagaraj Kamath, Assistant Professor, Department of Kriya Sharira, SDM College of Ayurveda and Hospital, Hassan. At first, let us see what is cell adaptation. Cell adaptation refers to the changes in a cell in response to environmental changes. Normal functioning of cell is always threatened by most common thing, that is stress, and chemical agents, diseases and environmental hazards. In these conditions, cells survives and continues the function by means of adaptation. But in severe conditions, cell may get ruptured, damaged or may cause death. Cell adaptations are done by following mechanisms. Those are atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia, dysplasia and metaplasia. Atrophy, it is decrease in size of cell. It may be caused because of decreased nourishment, decreased blood supply and lack of exercise. Types of atrophy are physiological atrophy and pathological atrophy. Examples for physiological atrophy: thymus in childhood and tonsils in adolescence age. And for pathological atrophy, cardiac muscles and sex organs. Hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is increase in size of cell. Hypertrophy of many number of cells may lead to enlargement of organ or part of the body. It has three types: physiological hypertrophy, pathological hypertrophy and compensatory hypertrophy. Physiological hypertrophy, increase in size of cell due to increase in workload. Most common physiological hypertrophy are muscular hypertrophy and ventricular hypertrophy. Muscular hypertrophy is increase in bulk of skeletal muscle due to increase in workout for the strengthening of muscle. Ventricular hypertrophy, it is the increase in size of cells of ventricular muscles of heart. It is advantageous only if it occurs in response to exercise. Pathological hypertrophy, it is increase in cell size in response to pathological condition. For this also example is ventricular hypertrophy that occurs due to pathological condition such as high blood pressure where workload of ventricles increases. Next, compensatory hypertrophy, increase in size of cells of an organ in order to compensate loss or dysfunction of other organ. For example, when one kidney stops functioning, other kidney undergo hypertrophy. Now, hyperplasia. Hyperplasia is nothing but increase in number of cells. It also have three types: physiological hyperplasia, pathological hyperplasia, compensatory hyperplasia. Physiological hyperplasia, momentary adaptive response to routine physiological changes. Underline the word response to routine physiological changes. For example, we all know that during proliferative phase of menstrual cycle there will be shedding of endothelium cell in uterus. For this, physiological hyperplasia takes place. During proliferative phase of each menstrual cycle, the endothelium cell in uterus increases in number. Pathological hyperplasia, it is increase in number of cells due to abnormal increase in hormone secretion. For example, gigantism. Hypersecretion of growth hormone induces hyperplasia, which leads to gigantism. Compensatory hyperplasia. It is the increase in number of cells in order to replace the damaged cell of an organ or the cells removed from the organ. For example, surgical removal of damaged part of liver. As we all know that liver has the capacity to regenerate its own cells. Dysplasia. It is characterized by the abnormal change in size, shape and organization. It is not considered as true cell adaptation. It is considered to be a part of hyperplasia. Especially these can be seen in cervix and metaplasia. It is a replacement of one type of cell with another type of cell. Here we have two types, physiological and pathological. Physiological metaplasia. Example, conversion of cartilage into bone. We also have the example, that is transformation of monocytes into macrophages. Pathological metaplasia. It is an irreversible replacement of cell due to constant exposure to harmful stimuli. Example, chronic exposure to the smoking results in transformation of normal mucus secreting ciliated columnar cells to non-ciliated squamous epithelial cells, which is capable of secreting mucus. There is a chance that these cells may get converted into cancerous cells if stimulus is prolonged. Our second topic, cell degeneration. It is a process characterized by damage of cells at cytoplasmic level without affecting nucleus. It is commonly seen in most metabolically active organs such as heart, liver and kidney. Common causes for cell degeneration are fluid, fat, calcium accumulation and also atrophy, hypertrophy and hyperplasia. Cell aging. It is a gradual structural and functional changes in the cells that occur over the passage of time. Now suggested that it is due to damage of cellular substances like DNA, RNA, protein, lipids, etc. when the cells become old. When more and more cellular substances get damages, the cellular function decreases. This causes deterioration of tissues, organs or part of the body. Finally, health of the body starts declining and this leads to death. So, the cell aging determines the health and lifespan of the body. As the flowchart shows, cell aging is damage to DNA, RNA, protein, etc. when cell becomes old. More cells damaged, then it leads to tissue organ functions deteriorate, leads towards death. Now, let's once revise the topics which we and now let's revise the topic which we understood today. Cell adaptation and its mechanisms. The mechanisms are atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia. Atrophy is decrease in size of cell, hypertrophy is increase in size of cell, hyperplasia is increase in number of cell, dysplasia is characterized by the abnormal change in size, shape and organization, metaplasia replacement of one type of cell with another type of cell, Cell degeneration, it is process characterized by damage of cells at cytoplasmic level without affecting nucleus, commonly seen in heart, liver and kidney. Common causes are fluid, fat, calcium accumulation, atrophy, hypertrophy and hyperplasia. Cell aging, it is the gradual structural and functional changes in the cells that occur over the passage of time. There will be damage to DNA, RNA, proteins when the cell become old. Then more cells get damaged. It may cause tissue organ function deteriorate, leads towards death. Thank you. Enjoy the studies.